So we're back in the studio and we have ourselves a new junior class champion, and the judges have selected the finalist in their premier class for tonight. We're going to talk about that in a minute. First of all, I want to thank you for your generous donations on the patreon.com website. If you punch in Drum Corps Europe there, you can see that we've passed the $700 right now. So we're really picking up and very happy with that. Really want to thank you for supporting that through those financial donations so we can continue to keep this webcast for free. Thanks so much. Keep going there. And yes, guys, we have a new champion.
Yes, we do.
Johan Frieso.
And I think they well deserved it. Any of the last three were close. And I think that if you look at Johan Frieso and their strengths, I mean, it's very obvious. They were very, very, very good in the visual effect caption. They won that one. And I thought it was really close because Young Jubal took over the full caption of effect. But then Johan Frieso just took that 16.9 in visual effect, over a 16.4 for Young Jubal. So those little differences make it. And I thought well deserved. But both of two scores, kudos.
Yeah, because we said that. We could see that coming, that they were the strength. We said maybe Young Beatrix in some caption has some opportunity to grab some, and they did. They did pretty well in some of the captions.
Yes.
It was a really, really strong top two, top three.
Yes, I would agree. I mean, it's a thrill to see these kids perform. I mean, without all these numbers, I mean, they all were winners. We've said it before, but I think it's true. I mean, if that's our future is secured.
Yeah, oh, totally. And Johan Frieso, an undefeated season.
Oh, yes.
I don't think they've had that before, and it's been a while since they took the championship here. So, again, kudos to them. Kudos to the staff that has raised those kids so well to do drum corps at the level they already do at that young age.
Yeah, and I think so. If we keep continuing this, like with the Johan Frieso, the Young Jubal, and the Young Beatrix, and then the Diamond Cadets and Thurrock Marching Brass, if they just move up a little bit, this is going to be exciting. And but Johan Frieso, congratulations.
They're going to bring
well
their gold
done.
medals to school.
That's it.
Right.
Because we can talk about captions, but everybody remembers who won.
That's right. That's right. We will remember that a couple of years from now still. So and then into the big class.
Yep.
You looked at the recap, Joe. What
I've had a good look through the recap, and there's some interesting numbers right across the board. And the judges have really mixed it up, but they were given us an extremely difficult job to do, right the way through from 14th place all the way up through into the top 10. There were some exciting shows there. Everything that is just they've had to make calls and make some tough decisions, and I think they've called it about right. I think as we stand at the moment.
Yeah, because let's talk a little bit about the course that did not make the cut. The Vikings did not make the cut. We don't see Blue Diamonds back. We don't see Young Holland back, and we will not see the 37th Kingswood back. All four cores strong. They came out, did a great job. Some of those cores were here for the first time, so it was all about their experience.
Particularly the cores that were here for the first time, it's not necessarily all about making finals that first time. It's about coming, making sure, just getting the experience, seeing how the venue works for you, what the stand's like, getting the feedback from the audience. I mean, even though they didn't make finals, those four groups, the audience were extremely supportive of them. I've had a little bit of a break, so I've had a chance to go out into the car park and the parking lot, talk to those guys, talk to some of the audience members. They're buzzing. The guys that I know from the British groups, the 37th and so on, they've had a great time. They've enjoyed the day. A little disappointed for sure.
Of course.
Sure. But it just, what doesn't kill you makes you stronger.
And it's great to be on the field, but the second best thing definitely is being part of this electric audience.
Absolutely right.
We know how it can be at night,
Yes.
Paul.
And it will be getting exciting tonight. I mean, it was very exciting to see who's going to be in the prelims from prelims to finals. But then tonight we've got a new battle on. I mean, the whole field it's going to be empty again. We're going to have new deck of cards. And if we look at some of the scores, it's going to be exciting. Because, yes, I mean, Kids Grove Scouts and company are up on top. But if you look at some of the captions, I mean, it could be right around. I mean, looking at, for example, Field Music, an 8.85 for Kids Grove, but an 8.75 for the company. And then an 8.65, so 8.85, 8.75 for the company, and 8.65 for Jubal. Tonight, new game.
New game, new
Jubal.
judges, even a new
Absolutely.
panel that's sitting there.
Jubal
tonight.
with best on percussion, 8.75 on percussion. Here you go. And yeah, so the big numbers may think you that make you think that can be a big spread, but it all comes down to the detail. We know that.
Absolutely, and that's what it does do. It comes down to the detail, but it also comes down to just a simple thing such as sampling for the technical guys
God.
that just happens to be where you are at the particular moment in time can make that swing one way and or the other, and away it goes. Like you say, every single judge is new. There's a new caption for every judge tonight. Anything can happen. It really is down to how the cores perform.
Let's just hope no more electrical problems.
No, for sure.
You don't want to
such a
suffer
bummer.
that.
It's such a bummer.
Yes.
Last year they didn't really recover from that. Any surprises on the recap for you, Joe?
Not particularly, to be honest with you. I think that the judges just had a tough job, and you know I could have called it differently, but that's not my job. You know they're concentrating on a specific area with their expertise, whilst taking into consideration other things that impact on their expertise. And us guys are looking at it just from an overall audience point of view and judging from a preference rather than from a system. You know, and so we're just doing the ranking.
Yep.
Those guys have got a rate, and
Yep.
that's
Yep.
the tough
Yep.
bit. That's the tough bit.
And don't forget, this prelims is all about who comes in finals, and in finals that's where the competition starts again.
Yep.
You know that.
Yep.
We know this. You
That's
know
what
how
you
it
get
works.
told as a judge.
You know one
Get
thing,
the right ones in.
right? Get the right ones in, and then in the evening, just make it work.
Yeah, and we know for tonight, you know, some of the cores have a track record for being under the lights and just being on fire.
Yep. Talking about Jubal.
Beatrix always had
Oh,
that, you
yes.
know.
Yep.
And
Yep.
unfortunately, it's so unfortunate that
Yes.
they're not here tonight. But there's other cores that have that track record too. And then, you know, there's also cores that don't necessarily have that track record. So it could change the whole dynamic of what's going on.
Without a
tonight.
shadow of a doubt, and that's what goes back. It's sort of like reinforces what we're talking about the 4 cores that didn't make finals tonight, that are rookies that come into DCE. That you do need. I always used to believe that there's an advantage if you've done it before, if you've
Yes.
got yourself over the line, you know what it takes to get yourself over the line. And talking in sporting context, again, that's it. If you've won a major trophy, you know how it feels, you know what to do. So that's when they kind of light the stadium up, you know, and just leave nothing out there. And that's what I'm looking forward
And
to.
it says something about the
Great.
competition too, because I've seen some of those, a couple of those 4 could have made finals in other years. So
Yeah,
it tells
totally.
you something about the strength
The
of
level.
the top 10
The
now.
level. Yeah, I can just tell by the tone of the voices that that excitement with you guys is starting to grow again. You can tell just by going outside, going into
You
the
sure
stands.
can, yep.
It's been a wonderful day in terms of the weather. It's amazing how for the last couple of years that has held up. Tonight they'll put on the lights, they'll put on the heaters for the audience. So we're looking at just another electric night that I'm looking so much forward to.
It's going to be
There's
fantastic.
people that are just tuning in now. Of course, our friends from the United States, a lot of them are tuning in now. Just what should they be looking for in terms of some of the cores, just some of the content of what the cores are bringing?
I think if we're working from the top down, we're working with cores that bring a contemporary feel, a new age feel, if you like, to the drum corps activity. We're dealing with cores that have got a traditional feel, but with innovation. We've got cores that are embracing fully electronics through not just synthesizers but full on samples. We've got cores that are just using part of that, but all have got their own identity. I think the one thing that we can grab from the whole 10 is that each core will bring to the field something different, and they'll bring themselves to the field. And if they can leave an imprint on the audience as to I always used to think, if you can go to a parking lot and just shut your eyes and listen, if you can tell who it is, then they've got their own identity.
Oh, yeah.
And I think we've got that tonight.
Oh, most definitely. They all have such a huge signature,
Yes.
and that's great. What, from your part, Paul, what should we be looking for tonight? What should our
Oh.
audience be looking for tonight?
Oh, excitement. I mean, I hope just, even if only 20 or 30% from the excitement that we feel comes across, I mean, you'll be having a great evening. I mean, of course, you should have been here, but we know that's not for everybody. I mean,
I know.
friends in Indonesia that texted me, I mean, they can't be
Dubai,
here.
Australia.
Dubai, Australia,
Absolutely
but in the US, but it's electrifying. I mean, you can tell. I mean, even in the 10th, 9th place and 8th place, those cores that came in, they were just as if they won. I mean, and that performance, they'll take everything. They come on, they have nothing to lose anymore. They're in finals, so they go for it. And there's nothing better than a drum corps that goes for it. And then at the top, they have to give everything. From the company to Kids Go Scouts to Jubal, they all have a shot. And don't forget Juliana.
Yeah.
They did they did really well. The ensemble visual caption.
They've closed some points up since DCN finals.
Yeah. So that subtlety can be really something, can ruin something for the bigger ones.
Well, thanks so much, guys. You know, you can see they're winding it up. We hope we're winding it up for you. We're winding up, so definitely I hope that you're going to enjoy tonight's show. Let me just end up this round, and then we're just going to go for a short break with naming the course that we're going to get. At 6:30 is where we start. How much time? 15 minutes from now is when we're starting back up with Cadence. Then next on is Revolution, Mosson Socateurs from Italia, the Wooperlohe from Germany, and the Spirit of 52 from Germany. So those are the first 5 courses that will be on before the break, and then some fireworks after the break with Star Riders from Germany, Juliana from the Netherlands, Jubal from the Netherlands, Kids Grove from the UK, and the Company from the UK. That's what we got in store for you. 10 more courses, giving it all their best under the lights. Come back soon, and we'll be having a party.